Welcome to the Film Garage 208 podcast. My name is Sarah and this is Daniel.
Hello.
Hello. We have a great group with us today. Extreme Rush, located in Pocatello. We have Sheldon, Sydney, and Jason.
Welcome,
Owners,
guys.
everything Extreme Rush.
Mm-hmm.
We've spoken to you before in the past.
It's been some time.
Honestly,
Has it been about a year now, right?
you came during a snowstorm
Yes.
last time.
So it's probably a year and a half.
It might be over a year now.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the update? What's been going on?
Yeah.
She wants the tea.
I need the tea.
Yeah.
I feel like there's
Update.
been a lot of tea.
Well, we've got some extreme tea for you.
Okay.
For sure. So we went through quite a bit of turbulence, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
As any startup business would.
Yeah.
We were looking at going into our own space, working with the city over there, city of Chubbuck. Everybody was really good about stuff, but we had a lot of things kind of just fall through. We tried working through it and being patient, but we ended up finding a space available to rent. So the old Big Lots that was there in Pocatello.
Big Lots.
Yeah.
That was like,
So
okay.
Next to Sizzler and Ridley's.
I know
there
exactly.
in
We
town.
drove by the other day and I'm
Perfect.
like, there
Yeah.
it is.
Nice. So that means
It's a good
that means our
location.
location is
It's
good.
great.
It's a really great location.
Right when you get off
Off
the highway.
Yeah, it's perfect.
And it's
There's a
easy
bunch
to
of
turn
events that
into.
happen like up the hill. Up that.
True. The complex up there now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really good location.
And is the Ridley's still there? So you're right next to Ridley's, right next to the gas station or the grocery store, which is great. So it's good vision always.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had
What-
to pivot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what happened with the first one? I mean, you said it was developer issues, but
Yeah. So we were trying to hold out for as long as we could. So there was a couple of things that had happened. Our loan was backed by the BIA, and that loan had actually, because we waited so long, it actually expired.
Oh, no.
And so we had to start that process over again.
did you know that it could expire?
I guess yes, but then like with everything happening, we just kind of forgot about it. And then we were like, oh, well, if we're going to have this building, we have to have this in place. And so we had to start that process all over again. Not necessarily from scratch, but we had to get reapproved. And then once we got reapproved, they were like, we've reapproved you like this second time. We might not do it a third time.
Oh.
So it was like, okay, we're up against this deadline.
Yeah.
And so that was really what pushed us, was the deadline for the BAA loan. Because if we didn't have that, then the bank wasn't gonna go forward with the loan to bring everything in. So that's kind of what pushed us to really start looking when we looked at a couple of different places.
Because you were just going to keep waiting. Were you just going to keep waiting and maybe it would kind of work out?
Yeah, and
didn't
so
want to wait, but
There's so much on the line. You kind of
there's just so much happening, and it was kind of a now or never kind of a thing, because like
With
you said,
the loan?
we
That's a big
didn't want to
threat.
wait it for it to expire because
threat.
that is a huge threat, and so
Yeah.
we could have waited, but then we may not have gotten the money, and so it was just like we got to go do something that's
Did
going to
you
be quicker.
have access to money in the first loan? Like that was
No.
just like a promise of.
So the money that we
Okay.
had that we were using was the down payment, more or less. It was the investor monies that were put into the account.
I see.
And so in order to start over, even at another bank, they're going to want down payment money. So we really couldn't go anywhere else because we were already utilizing the funds there to kind of do the marketing and do all this other stuff, put down payments on attractions. And so everything was kind of tied into this one spot. And so we kind of had to make that work. And if it wasn't going to work, then we couldn't go anywhere else. So it's like, it was do or die.
Yeah.
Let's do or die.
Okay, so
So-
you've officially made the pivot. You've got the new space.
Yep.
You have the new loan.
Right.
Yep.
Yep. Citizens Community Bank is still backing us on our loan. Shout out to them. They were amazing to work with.
Great.
They're super patient with everything. Like you said, going a second round with us. Most banks don't do that.
Yeah.
They feel like it really ups the risk when you have to try to do something a second time.
Well, and even for you guys
so-
to go back in again a second time, that's a lot. I mean,
Yep.
It's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
a lot to know you have to go through, and just like mentally too.
Yeah. Mentally.
It was
this
like back
is-
and forth.
Yeah.
Like,
a
should we
roller
do this?
coaster of.
Yeah.
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 For a certain time there, we had the loan, but no building, but then we had the building, but no loan. And it was like back and forth.
Like you want to work and you want to put in all this effort, but like you're like just not allowed to. And
Yeah,
that must,
and-
that must have
and-
been frustrating.
Yeah, for a while it felt like everybody was waiting on everybody else. In order to get this, we needed this, but in order to get this, we needed this, and it was just there's so many things that were happening, but everybody was waiting. It was really
Like the outside, it didn't look like that much.
Yeah, it just felt like we were spinning our tires, not going anywhere.
And that sucks to feel that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially when we had, like they said, we have down payments on attractions, and
We have some attractions like sitting in our garages at that
You
point.
do?
Like,
It's
Like, what are you going to do with
ready
that
go
if
out.
this doesn't go? You're too deep. You have to.
Yeah. Like what do we have to do to make it work?
Yeah, because
Very
we did
clearly.
that. We did that groundbreaking. It was like in October of 23.
Is that when that was?
We did that
That's so long
groundbreaking,
ago.
and we waited. It was almost. It was just over 18 months for that project to keep going, and we couldn't figure it out. We ended up looking at it, and we were phase 3 of the project, and we wouldn't be completed till 2028.
You guys should have just stayed
Damn.
at that groundbreaking and kept digging that day. just keep going.
We should have just started
Like, all right,
ourselves.
this is the start.
Did that building ever get built, like for that original plan? Because that was like something else with
That's
someone
right.
else
It was
too.
like a complex, right?
So like, did that
So-
never happened?
Update on that project. He's actually starting to break ground on his building
In that spot.
in
like,
that spot
now?
right now. And so he broke ground, I wanted to say beginning of March. And
Still
so,
that timeline. It would be a
Yeah.
long wait
God,
now
before it
after
even was
that.
built, before you can even think about
and
moving in.
so his building was phase 1 and ours was phase 3. So I mean, he's just starting on his phase 1. So
Yeah.
it would have pushed us
Another
way
couple
out,
of
way
years.
out.
Seriously.
And we went like
Could
2030.
jeopardize that loan
Right.
for sure.
Right.
That
Right?
point.
The dream could be done now.
Okay, so now you got a place. That's like so exciting. Now you
Great.
can just forget about all that and
Right.
Put it under the rug.
But it was important though because we learned a lot.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So they always say that adversity is the best teacher. There was a lot of things that we learned through that adversity. We grew together as a team.
Yeah.
There was a lot more things that we learned about each other. We were able to learn more about our product and the different things that we were going to be bringing in. There was a lot of
True.
newer attractions that we were looking at that were new on the market.
Okay.
That really hadn't been tested out at that point.
And you're gonna kind of do those now.
Right. Well, and those things 2 years ago were new,
Yeah.
but they've now been in the market for a couple of years. And so we're now able to make a little bit better judgment on what those
blessing
things are
in
doing.
disguise.
It
Like,
was
you
very
didn't
much a
get at
blessing
the
in
beginning of the
disguise.
boom.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And some of it ended up busting as opposed to booming.
Yeah.
And
So you were mentioning the gel blasters earlier. So would that be an example of like
Yeah.
maybe where you would have learned the hard way?
For sure.
Yeah, we would have. There was a lot of feedback now on it, and it could have worked, but I think it's almost too niche. It only fits a certain category,
Sure.
and so to be inclusive of kind of a broader scope of
families,
everyone,
right.
No, that makes sense.
we kind of pivoted to laser tag, an updated laser tag.
Okay.
So
What does that
it'll-
look like?
It'll still do all the same things that the gel blaster would have done, but it'll function the same. But like you'll be able to come in and have your own avatar, and you can level up your character, and you can have there's
Right. That was going to
scoreboards.
be your whole thing, like have an avatar.
That's right.
Okay.
So you
So
can go
they-
in and play as your own character.
Yep, they have
So
the
you're
same
still
thing.
doing that in the
Yes.
laser tag?
They'll have and then in this one, there's a haze machine that will drop fog from the ceiling for every game.
Okay.
And so when you're shooting
lasers,
your
you
lasers, you can
actually see your
actually see
lasers.
That's
them
awesome.
across
Yeah,
the thing.
That's a
Just
There's-
smart touch.
Right. There's interactive props that are going to be in there. So
That's fun.
they're kind of like little Easter eggs inside of the arena. And so the arena will shoot back at you. There's little things that you can do to stop it from shooting at you. You got to shoot it in the eyes and then it'll stop shooting. So there's like mini bosses inside
Yeah.
of this arena that you can
That's
kind of go
cool.
and
The
That's
haze
really
thing
fun.
is so funny because I'm thinking of the ones that don't have haze now, and how many
Right.
times you're just like beep beep beep
Yeah,
beep, beep
yeah,
just
like,
all
right,
around, just
right.
hoping you
Usually I
just
don't know if it
can.
hits
Shoot
something.
Just
randomly.
blind shooting as fast as you can. It's like,
Yeah, you feel like you're in like Star Wars when you're
that's
in
cool.
there. It's super
That's
fun.
fun.
So you guys it has like a vest and like a whole deal. Do you already have that?
Yeah, so
You've picked out what you want?
right, yeah. So the vests are about 6 pounds. So they're
They're really light.
right. They're the standard
has, like,
was
a
laser
gun on it.
Tron.
Usually put those
And
things on.
those were
You're
like, right. They're like 12 pounds.
shoulder
They're
pads.
super heavy.
Yeah.
These ones are about half the size. They have straps on the side that you can adjust. And so they're super lightweight, have a lot more contact points that you can get shot at. And
They're a lot more kid friendly now too.
Sure.
So because they're lighter and smaller and they can be adjusted, it increased the demographic that we can have to play with.
Sure.
It. Like for me, I remember a few years ago, my little boy was 6 years old and he wanted to go in and play laser tag with his older sister, right? But he can't because you've got this big, huge vest and he can't carry it
just
around.
physically
and he physically
can't do
can't
it.
wear it.
Yeah.
And so by being able to do this mesh type of vest that's a lot smaller and lightweight, it's going to increase the ability for those little kids to be able to come and play. So now when, parents book their birthday parties, they're going to be able to go and play laser tag now with this big, huge group of kids where normally they wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
So that's a really great feature.
They're going to get
that we're excited
destroyed,
about.
but they can try to play still. There's no way they're going to win.
Well, and that was kind of one of the issues with the Gel Blaster is that tons of people really liked it. A lot of the feedback on it was really positive. However, it really narrowed down the people that actually wanted to play it. 'Cause
True.
Kids,
We
even
put
though
your 6-year-old in there now with
right.
that?
And even though you can tone down how much it shoots, or you
Yeah.
can turn it on to laser tag mode, you're going to be running kids of all ages through all these different sessions, and you don't want to make adjustments every single time. And
Would
so,
you have had to wear goggles for that then?
Yes.
That
and
would
you
have been
had
a pain.
Yep. And that was another issue. Is
Full
that
face
Cleanliness too.
people didn't want to wear masks. People didn't want to actually get shot. They didn't want to let their kids go in there.
Yeah,
There was just,
yeah.
it's a really good idea. And I think it's a lot of fun,
Yeah.
but it narrows the demographic of people that actually go in and play
Yeah.
big time. And so this laser tag is nice because it has all of the fun features of the Gel Blaster, but it's a lot more accessible to
So
all
did you
ages.
hear, was that like feedback that you heard from other people to get that information
Yep,
that they were like,
other
this is
other
not great?
FEC owners, and some of the people that we work with, obviously work with a lot of other FECs, and they were just saying, hey, I've been getting feedback from other people on this specific attraction, and so we talked to some of those other people, and some of those people were losing. They're making half of what they were making with their laser tag. And so,
Interesting.
Yeah. So they had
imagine
laser
a lot
tag
more-
before. They replaced it with
Gel Blaster.
Gel Blaster, and they
Double the
So
expense
they have
there.
the numbers. They have the numbers, and they could see the reports and
changed
see
and-
what had changed, and they were doing about half.
Were they having to clean more too? Like, I mean, where were we at we did a farmer's market type booth the other day, and we had bubbles. And I didn't think about it. By the end of a 3-4 hour day there, the ground around it, you couldn't
With
walk.
gallons of
You would
bubbles?
slip and fall.
Yeah. It
was
like kids were
slippery.
falling. Yeah. So I imagine with these like beads, like those were, I mean, it's not a few here and there is probably fine, but like,
Right. Well, and you have to create them too. So not only
Yeah.
did those other
You're right,
FECs find that it decreased their revenue, but it also increased their labor costs. too.
Totally.
So now, because you have to actually make them and create them, it takes about 4 to 6 hours
Yeah.
to create them. And so
Yeah.
now you have a process for this, and then you've got to actually put them in the hoppers.
Keep purchasing those over and over
You
again.
got it.
and they're cheap, but I mean, you go through a lot.
Yeah.
Well, and you're mixing
Interesting.
water and electronics as well, and so it's
because like
kind of-
at the beginning, I mean, when you showed us a year and a half ago, like you wouldn't have thought of
Water
those
and
things.
electronics.
It just seems so fun and awesome. And
Right.
So it's interesting.
And it is. I mean, we brought our Gel Blaster arena to the 4th of July celebration in Pocatello, and
So it could
always
be
a
a
hit.
part of your business still.
Sure.
Just not going to be your
Right.
a main
Yeah,
set.
it's not going to be a main staple.
Well, and we've
That's cool.
got there's another company that we're looking to work with where we can still bring in the Gel Blaster guns, but it wouldn't be where you're shooting each other.
Like in an arena.
Yeah, so it's
Like Target.
it's
That's fun.
and it's actual digital. So do you ever play like Duck Hunt growing up on the old
Yeah.
NES?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
you're like
Totally.
and the little dogs like. Okay, so they've got the same features on there, but it's a big, huge 15-foot wall. And there's 6 different game modes.
Yeah.
And you can actually play Duck Hunt where there's ducks and stuff flying
That'd be
around.
fun.
That's
and
fun.
you're shooting them with the Gel Blaster gun.
That'd be really
Right.
fun.
They've got a zombies mode, and then you can like shoot the cans.
Right, because we were
There's
setting
a
up cans on our
mode.
fence when we had that one.
Did you
We
really?
did,
You
yeah.
were going out there
And
target
like balloons
practicing?
and stuff for
That's
like trying to
great.
hit them all.
Yeah, and so and it's all digital, which fits our feel.
Because I hated picking up the cans after.
Yeah, so you don't have to pick up the
Stupid.
cans, right? But then it decreased the liability for us. We can still bring it in, and so it's something we're looking into.
Because you've invested in all these guns, right? Like you have the guns.
And it's like
Yeah.
people do like them. It's just like
Oh, for
you're
sure.
figuring out how to use them better.
Right.
Yeah, and a lot of people, like, we've done all these fairs and events and whatnot, and more than going in and getting shot, people just love to just stand there and hold the trigger and just, shoot
Our
stuff
daughter,
with it.
who's like 2.5, will stand there and hold it on automatic.
Exactly. Yep. And kids just love doing that. And so we figured instead of putting them in there to get shot, and get welts and whatnot, just give them the gun and let them play with it.
Yeah.
So we're like you said,
No
we're trying to
liability on that.
Yeah, we're just trying to find ways to incorporate it, but kind of get rid of the pain points for now. So
Well, that's cool.
And that's such a fun event to have at a party. That's like adults. I mean, I'd be on that thing all day.
It's a
even if
solid
it was a kid
portable
party.
event.
Yeah, that's cool.
So you have the location now. You've been demoing. Where are you at in this phase of construction and everything coming to life?
Want to talk about that, Sheldon?
no. No, we've gone through and we've torn everything out. Right now, we've been talking about decorating the wall. What we're going to paint the walls
Literally
like,
what
and
it's gonna look like now.
what things are gonna. We're starting to put it together instead of take everything apart now, and so now we're starting to see, designs, painting, paint colors. What are we going to do with the roof? What are we going to,
And you've had that all planned out and ready.
Yep, we got it planned out, but now we're actually to the point where it's happening, and so we're trying to dial everything in and find exactly what we want and how we want it.
Yeah.
We're just finalizing our mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. So MEP for short.
That's pretty important
Right.
for all of the electrical things
Everything
you're
that we've
offering.
got, all of it's going to be
it's kind of a good thing that you moved into such a big unit because you probably didn't have to put in your own like septic or anything like that, right?
That's true.
For the expansion.
So with like all the stuff we're putting in there, it has to go through all the processes. And so all the way from HVAC and the roof, all the way down to electrical, all the way down to like underground, like what's going in underground. And so since we're putting in a kitchen, there's a bunch of things that have to go underground, new sewer lines, they have to put in a grease trap. And then, we have to put in, this hood vent to suck all the exhaust out. So there's a bunch of HVAC stuff in there. And so there's a bunch of stuff that's happening on that front. I'm falling down.
You can tighten that one knob right there, and once
there?
you get it into spot, and
just
if you
like-
want to twist
just
it,
like-
I noticed
Just slowly going
just
down. I'm like,
just like
his
touching.
voice is changing slowly.
It's gonna be on his, it's gonna be on his crotch in a second. Watching that, no, he's like
Just follow it down.
if you want, you can tilt it up a little too.
Or like the literal mic, you can just kind of like tilt her up towards your
That's
mouth.
pretty good.
So you need to keep that in as the deleted scenes.
Yes.
Okay.
There we go.
Back to back, but that's how we got our name, Extreme Rush.
I'm like, wait a minute, that's in a different spot than it was before.
I noticed Sheldon's
that's so
eyes like
funny.
looking at it.
I like it.
I wish it would have been.
I'm kind of looking down there. I'm like, it's just resting there, man.
Right on my belly. It's great.
That's funny.
That's why we
Just
have
hear
them,
his
right?
stomach growling. Just-
Yeah. Oh, you can hear that?
That would have been so funny. Actually.
That's great.
Okay.
Okay.
So decorations,
All
all
right.
this plumbing for your kitchen. 'Cause
Right.
that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, that's
adding
right.
in
So,
kitchen
so the
stuff.
drawings themselves should be done by the end of this week.
Oh,
And everything will be finalized there. And then we'll
for
start
design and layout.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then we'll start pulling permits. Permits will take about a week to 2 weeks, and then we'll be back in and then building it back up.
Yeah.
And doing kind of the remodel.
So what are you thinking for your timeline now? No jinxing anything.
So our longest lead time was the track, and the track is coming from Italy.
Okay.
And so
So
we
this
actually
big go-kart track, everybody.
huge.
Double two-story.
Two stories.
This is going to be so cool.
multi-level. Yeah.
So
Okay.
for my reference, I guess Boondocks in Boise. Like how long compared to that track was your track? Is it?
we're about double.
That's cool. That's fun.
Yeah, so as far as length
That's
goes,
huge.
yep, we're about double. And I think we're about 50-50. I think about half of the track is on ground level and the other half is in the air.
That's
And
so
they go like
cool.
30, 35 miles an hour.
Right, where Boondocks are
Oh my
going about
goodness.
10. I think they're about 10 to 12.
Yeah, they're pretty slow. The Boondock
so
ones.
the
These
track-
are these.
The Boondocks ones are like 10 to 12.
Right,
Yeah.
10 to 12 miles
Yeah,
an
when
hour.
you're done
That's
with
crazy.
one of our races, you're gonna be tired.
Right. For sure, 100%. You get to the end and your arms are tired. You didn't realize that you had to use that
you're, like,
those
so in
muscles,
on it?
right?
Yeah.
To hit these corners. You hit these hairpin corners, and you're coming out of them fast, going to slow, going to fast again.
That's a big
And so
thing.
Are you going to offer any kind of like season pass? How are you structuring that part?
eventually,
Yeah.
I think eventually we'll work into that. Maybe from the start we'll just have a la carte, maybe some bundles in there. But once things start slowing down, then we can start kind of bringing in those packages.
Totally figure
Right.
it out.
And kind of
feel it
figure out
out.
kind of what that looks
Okay,
like.
so back to the track though.
go ahead.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You
so
said it's coming from Italy.
Yes.
Okay.
It's
She's all
100
excited about the track. Right, she's like, tell me more.
And you're like, package it.
It's about 160 yards is how long the track is to go
Okay.
one time.
That's a
around.
big thing
So-
to ship here.
So it's pretty big. It comes in 4 Connexes, the 40-foot long Connexes.
Like a metal storage container.
right.
Well, I'm
Amazon
imagining
trailers and stuff.
like when they move the windmills, like how that's like such a big thing when
Right.
the windmill is
Yeah.
coming through. That's what I'm imagining in my brain.
We'll have 4 of them.
Yeah, there'll be 4 of them coming across the ocean. So it takes them about a month to get here.
Yeah.
So they're shipping end of July, beginning of August. So they should be
So,
here
like, right now?
first or second week in September. So we've already got the down payment on them. Once they get shipped, we'll put another down payment on them. Once it's installed, obviously we finish that payment. But so first, second week in September, looking to be done by end of October. So the track was the
With
longest
the
lead
whole
time.
the whole thing.
All of it.
Oh my goodness.
That's
Delivery,
including-
installation.
Great.
And you've got
Okay.
to put lights on it. You got to put fire suppression underneath it. There's all these things that have to happen.
Yeah.
And so that was the longest lead time. And so we're looking to be first, second week in November.
Oh my goodness. That's exciting.
right time for the cold
At
weather
the
and-
latest, we were hoping
Yeah.
for
We need something to
Thanksgiving.
do.
Yeah.
Yep. And we were wanting to try to be in before the holidays.
Yeah.
Because school gets out, right? You've got Thanksgiving break.
Stuff to
Families
do.
are coming into town.
Yeah.
Right. What can we go do during Thanksgiving break? You're going to have our Christmas.
A cool new
big, huge
art place to go
corporate
and
events are going to be happening, right? Where can we go and do more corporate events?
Yeah, why
Solid
don't you?
corporate
You were kind of
events,
telling
all
us a
of
little bit
that.
about the layout, showing us the map, but maybe highlight some of those key points. Just tell
Tell
people
our
about
listeners
what's going
what
to happen
this
because I didn't
is.
Yeah.
realize.
So the biggest thing that we're trying to do is we're trying to create a customer experience.
Okay.
Where we want people to be able to come in here and feel like they got what their money was worth to them. As opposed to just kind of coming into a place, throwing some money at some arcades.
Like at an arcade
and
type
going
place
Home, right?
and-
And those are
okay.
fine and they have their place and we support that.
Yeah. Mhm.
But for us, we're wanting
For
to
the gratification
create,
of it.
absolutely, where they come in and they go, that was so cool.
Yeah.
I am so glad that I spent my money here. And so the biggest things we're trying to do is we've got a big, huge set of party rooms that we're building. So we'll have 5 different party rooms in the back.
Okay.
They're all going to be enclosed on their own. So you're going to have privacy during your party rooms. We'll have dedicated hosts
Okay.
to your party.
Cool. Yeah.
So you're going to have your own host that's going to be in there. We'll deck it out just for your kid to create a cool experience for you.
So they would be like booking a birthday party.
That is correct. So they could book parties that way. We're planning on not even charging for the room itself. So it'll be a free experience for people to come and do. But
you have to book the party.
Right,
though, to
you
get the
book it
room.
and then you put it down a deposit.
Okay.
Right. So it's like, so we at least know that this room is being held for you. And then you can take that money and then use it to buy your arcade tokens or your laser tag.
Sure.
Or
You'll get it back
Right,
somewhere
right. They're
else.
going to be able to get it back through the experience that they're getting.
I like that.
And so we're really trying to push that for the parents and the kids. And then for the corporate, we actually will have a dedicated VIP room.
Okay.
It'll be completely soundproof all the way around. It'll be chandeliers and like beautiful wood mahogany tables that we're
okay.
bringing in. Our logo and stuff will be on the tables themselves.
Like make it all
Everything will be
fancy.
We're gonna have
like-
a fun business retreat and not like something that you're bored
Absolutely.
out of your mind at.
To be able to, hook up to a projector and have your presentations on the wall.
Go play some games, come back, talk business.
Yep.
Play some games.
Exactly.
Yep.
I think
that's
that's really
great.
cool.
So that'll be really cool. So we'll, like I said, we've got 2 different things that we can offer there, and as corporates.
And it's gonna have full kitchen, all the drinks, everything.
Yep.
Just- That's cool.
Yeah. So the goal is obviously the kids are going to come, the families are going to come. We want it to be a full experience. The kids are going to have fun no matter what. No matter what
They
we
always
put
have
in
fun.
there, the kids are going to have fun.
Right.
What we've learned over the years going through all these conferences and all these trainings is you want to cater to the adult. And so while we may be a family entertainment center that is for families and kids alike, but we're going to really cater a lot of what we're doing to the adult. So we want the adult to be able to come in and be like, okay, this is a more adult atmosphere. Like I can trust that these guys are going to take care of my kid's birthday party and take it over. Like a lot of it comes down to training your employees and making sure that
100%.
they're bought in and that they can take over a birthday party so the parents can just kind of sit back and be like, oh, this is
Totally.
nice.
Yeah.
And so, so that's kind of what we're catering towards. Everything's going to be catered towards the adult.
Just ease of their experience.
Right. And have everything work and cater towards the adult.
Yeah,
The menu, food and beverage is going to be catered towards the adult.
What does that mean?
Does that mean you're serving alcohol also, or
We're about 90% there. Yeah. So
Okay.
That's been a touchy subject.
do you have to get a license to serve beer?
Yes,
wine?
but it's not as inclusive as getting a full like liquor license.
Is that what you're trying to do?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just
No.
the
I've heard
beer
that's
part.
so hard in this town.
Yeah.
Well,
So we're looking at bringing in beer and alcohol. Well, just the beer part of it. We think it'd be really nice to have some drafts on tap. They found that when you have, that available there, parents are more likely to stay and to go and play games and to go have more interaction with the facility rather than dropping their kid off and leaving. Like they're like, oh, I can go in, have an appetizer, have a drink, and go play some arcade games, and then just kind of hang out.
Yeah, and that's what we mean by catering to the adult is generally taking your kids to places like this can just be stressful for the adults because it's just like, oh my gosh, I got to watch them. I got to make sure they're not causing problems. There's nothing for me to do. I'm not going to play $50 worth of arcades, so they'll play an arcade or two. But like catering to the adult is we want to have the experience to be pleasant just being there,
We don't want it to be work for them when they show up.
Right. Obviously we're not going to be babysitting your kids, but like I said, we really want to, take over the birthday parties and make sure that we're running all of that and let the adults enjoy themselves while their kids go play versus making it a stressful thing for the adults while the kids just go cause chaos.
Yeah.
So that's why we're having good food, alcohol is what we're thinking of. And
I think their food is huge though.
Yeah.
I know
Good
like
food.
there was this place in Hawaii, it was a bowling alley. And bowling alleys, just family places.
Sure.
But the restaurant itself was like, I think it had, Gordon
It was
Ramsay had come
no,
there.
No,
like,
it was on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives.
was
The
it?
Guy Fieri.
Well, not
was
as
on
good,
it.
but made food
Stands
network, I guess.
corrected.
guys.
So I guess the point was they had bomb
They have
food.
really good
It was
food,
a good
and that was the driver.
menu. And people would
It was
come there for the
crazy.
food and like
Yeah.
the bowling alley would be empty.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the fact that they had good food alone brought in the people. It was like,
It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, and that's kind of what they told us is as we were just trying to have the food there for them, to eat it, right? They can hang out, just to have the food there, just to have the food there. But we went through a couple of trainings and they said, treat your food and beverage like an attraction.
Yeah.
They're like, you want to baby it just as much as you would the go-kart track or the laser tag arena. Like you want to spend time and effort in making sure that you have great offerings and that you are selling the best product that you can.
It'd be a missed opportunity if you didn't have it.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then we're not looking for, bistro level,
Right. 5-star restaurant.
right. But we don't want to have, a bunch of microwave food for
Well,
people.
no,
we want to
we
have
went-
good stuff for the
If it's
people.
a
that
pizza,
eat.
it's got to be a
Literally.
good pizza
Right.
or
We
whatever.
went to somewhere in town. I won't say anything, but they don't focus on food as their thing. We went to do a shoot there, and we're like, we'll get some food for props because that just adds to it, for rollerblading kind of shoot. No, they don't have. It was literally frozen pizzas, maybe even the tiniest one, like a straight up.
We had this
frozen
plan
pizza.
to just do this whole table full of food. And I came back with a microwave
I
pizza.
was like,
she literally opened it out of the bag.
I was like,
nice.
what is this? I was like, you bought it too? I'm not
You actually
eating
spent
that.
the money on
Yeah, I
this?
was like, you bought this.
it was
little-
probably like $6. Like it was.
That's crazy. Yeah. So one of the cool things with the restaurant is we want it to still fit our vibe. So not only are we, a family entertainment center, but we're trying to bring the world to Idaho, right? What is out there that we miss out on that we never get to see, and we want to bring it into one
Okay, what
place.
is it? What do we get?
Beaches.
So
You're building a beach in there?
absolutely not. So we wanted to kind of apply that to our food menu as well.
Okay.
And so the biggest things that we're bringing in, so we're actually bringing in an authentic Belgian waffle.
Great.
That'll be shipped in directly from Belgium in Europe.
Okay.
Cool.
So it's
They're
called,
pretty popular
it's
there.
Called, it's called Les Waff.
Okay.
And it'll be made and frozen in these little dough balls.
Okay.
And then they'll ship it across frozen. They gave us the
The toppings for it. and all
the
that.
Waffle irons.
waffle irons.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
So the waffle irons that they use to make it are very specialized for what they do. And there's these little sugar crystals that are inside the waffles. So you could literally just eat the waffle. You don't even need toppings on it. You would eat it and die. It's just amazing.
So good.
Really difficult to explain how amazing these waffles are.
How'd you find them?
Waffles are good.
one of
These
those-
are just
We
phenomenal.
were at IAPA and we were
Worldwide
going
Conference.
Yeah, we were going through the food section, and there was this guy there, and he was just pulling stuff out of the waffle maker.
Just a Willy
It's
Wonka
fa-
over there.
And we're like, what is this? And there's a big
free
line.
samples
Huge
everywhere.
There's a big line.
Huge line.
So we're
Free
like,
samples,
well, we
yeah.
got to try these out. So we get in line. We get up there. He's cutting up in all these little pieces, and literally, when
my
you take
gosh.
a bite of this thing,
Because it's like a little
like-
thicker and fluffy, right? Okay.
it like melts in your mouth.
Yeah.
And it's like so flavorful, and the sugar crystals almost like burst when you bite into them. Like it's amazing.
I won't say that I didn't go and get back in line.
I was gonna say, do you like
Just so you know,
shave
twice.
your mustache,
I didn't go back
change your
twice
clothes,
to get
go
back in line.
For the rest of the conference, we'd lose somebody when we'd walk by that every
It's
single
about the
time. Where'd they
waffles.
go?
They went back to the waffles.
That's how you know, though. There you go.
Yeah. So you're like, sold. We have
Yeah.
to get this now
100%.
then.
So we're bringing in that. We're bringing in.
Does that
Dippin'
get
Dots.
served on a plate? Is that just how you will serve it to
napkin?
people?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you could do it in a napkin. You can do it in a 3-pound bow with a wax
Oh,
liner.
sure.
However
Yeah.
you wanted to do it, but it'll come. We'll have toppings. We don't know if we'll add the toppings or if we'll have a little topping station that people
you can just
kinda
add your own.
put their own toppings on there.
So almost like a
gonna get
like
messy.
a funnel
Yeah.
cake.
Dangerous.
Like you need a person
like a waffle
designated
funnel
to
cake.
like
Yeah.
go to the
Points at
topping
the
line
one.
at like a froyo or something like that.
There
It's
you
just
go.
disgusting.
Yeah, so we'll have to keep
Stuff
up
everywhere.
on it. Keep it clean 'cause it's
Yeah.
going to be sticky, but
Worth it though.
Yeah, the
my
waffles.
gosh.
But yeah,
waffles
just
are
even
really
like
good.
Insta food. That way people will be like, where did they get that waffle? I
Right.
need to go
That
there.
they cannot get
right.
anywhere
They
else.
can't get anywhere else.
Yeah, and these waffles are just like I said, by themselves, like no toppings needed. They are so good. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I'm
nothing that we
hungry.
can say is going to do those waffles.
What other kind of
So
food do you
good.
have?
Yeah.
then?
What else?
So we're bringing in Dippin' Dots. Dippin' Dots is a brand that sells itself.
Been around forever.
So we've been doing that this is our second summer now doing
Okay.
Dippin' Dots. We wanted it in the facility, and so we reached out to them to kind of get that going. And they're like, "Well, we don't have any way to get it to you. We don't have a distributor in the area." And then he was like, "Do you want to be a distributor?" And I'm like, "Oh, we were like, that's a big undertaking. We don't know if we can do that."
To have you now like hold on to it and then distribute it out is what they want.
And cover. So we would cover all of Southeast Idaho.
Yeah.
They were
Okay.
looking for somebody to cover the whole region.
Interesting.
And so because we were waiting so long with the building and going with the city and getting all these preliminary plats, final plats, doing all this stuff, we were like, well, we're waiting. We might as well.
Might as well
So-
make money.
So we called them up and we're like, hey, what is this? So it was, I don't want to say January, February last year.
It was a little bit after we'd seen you.
Yeah.
Is that something you guys had to like front to get started, or did they like send
Like
you
partner
product?
All
that
the
or-
equipment. Yeah, we had to front all the equipment as far as, freezers and costs and
Storage.
storage and all that
Okay.
kind of stuff.
So it started out super small. We had a couple of leads. We had to hit the ground and go and get all these accounts. And that first summer, I think we pulled in a lot more than what we thought we were going to.
Great.
Just by getting them landed in those places.
Yeah,
that's
Because
awesome.
we
Mostly
did
just-
see them all over after we
Yeah.
talked to you. We would go to a few places and we're like, Dippin' Dots, that has to have been them.
That's right.
Yeah, so it turned into a 6-figure business
Sick.
in one
Whoa,
summer.
that's amazing.
Yeah,
Good for you guys.
We started off with only maybe 17, 18 locations that we distribute to,
Yeah.
and then we do events like football games and farmers markets,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But it has grown, like even over the winter, it grew a lot, and now
awesome.
we're up
That is
at
cool.
70 plus locations that we distribute to. We go all the way up to Bozeman, Montana, all the way down to Bear Lake.
And you guys are physically distributing these to them.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
yes.
So that's added to your work flow.
Just a little bit.
You guys are travelers now.
It's been a lot.
But you
it's
already
been super
created
good.
that stream of revenue before you even open. That's really
really cool.
huge.
Yeah,
Right.
It was one of those other blessings in disguise. Again,
a happy
right?
accident
It's like
almost.
you never know what comes down the pipe. You take the opportunity when you get it.
You gotta take the opportunity.
and you run with it.
And what was it that made you call Dippin' Dots to like?
Because you guys just wanted it, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just wanted it in Extreme Rush.
Yeah, we
and that
were
was
at-
really
we
the
were at
only
that big
part of the goal is just to have it
convention.
in Extreme Rush. But
And you saw it at a convention.
We saw it at the convention. We knew we wanted it in the facility. And so we just kind of reached out to them to just
great.
start the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're going to open. We would like to have this in the facility. And that's kind of where it started.
That's a solid
I bet they've been excited too to
connection.
see.
That's really cool.
right.
Wow.
Cool.
They've been actually trying to make our circle bigger.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And
distribute too.
because there's guys that
You guys are
in
killing it.
other areas that aren't doing as well. And they're like, well, can you take over this area? And we're like, that's an additional 2 hours out of the way. I don't think we can do that.
Oh man. Well,
But
wow.
it's been good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And Dippin' Dots are like a solid price point.
Oh my
like
gosh.
when you
They
buy
ta-
Dippin'
and
Dots,
they
I'm like,
taste so good.
but it's so good though. I'm like, I have to get it. And like the nostalgia of like a
Yep. And it's unique.
90s kid, I need it.
Like you were kind of mentioning it, like you don't really see them around a whole lot. Right?
It's rare
You can go
enough.
get Blue Bunny.
It's
or,
really rare
or
now,
whatever, at
actually.
the store, but to find them and see them, again, creates that experience
Yeah.
for a guest where they're like, oh my gosh, they've got Dippin' Dots in here. Anytime we ever go to Lagoon, right? You go to Lagoon,
they have it there.
you're on your
They
way
have
back
it
to
there.
Rattlesnake Rapids and there's Dippin' Dots. You're always going to stop and grab your Dippin' Dots on
Yeah.
the way back. And so that was kind of our
Do you
thought
distribute to
process.
them?
Sells itself.
That's so funny. Well, great.
Okay.
So now you've got a whole
Belgian
surprise
waffles,
of
Dippin'
that.
Dots.
Dippin' Dots.
Did you have to find like custom recipes like this for everything, or was it just like some key items?
Because you guys hired
'Cause you
someone
said
to
you
make
have
this
pizza,
menu,
wings,
right?
fries, all that stuff. Like,
Yeah, so a lot of it is just from, you want to have a good pizza. And so we're going to dedicate a whole space to pizza. We're going to give it its own space to breathe so that we're not trying to just have a couple of pizzas here and there. Like we want to give it its own area. So we'll have a really good pizza.
What if people start buying pizza and you guys have to start delivering pizza now too? That'd be great.
are you gonna do a brick oven?
That would be a good model. We could do that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a double decker pizza oven. It's gonna be a convection oven, so it'll come all the way across the racks, and so we'll be able to put out pretty good volume.
You guys are
on
going to
the
be so
pizzas.
set. I'm excited for when you guys open.
Dude, the pizza's going to be so good.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. So both Sydney and I have worked pizza before in different restaurants. And so we
So is
understand,
Daniel.
Pizza, so
what it takes. And,
I said I've eaten a lot of pizza, so I'm helping too.
He does
so
know.
you got the experience
He
as well.
knows.
Yeah,
That's what
good.
matters.
He knows what good pizza tastes like.
Yeah, that's important.
Right. So
That'll be really
I worked at a
exciting.
Pizza Hut. I can relate.
Oh my goodness.
For like
you
2
know what?
weeks.
Sounds
So
great.
what was your experience working at Pizza Hut? Was it similar to mine?
and
This is
mine.
really short.
Have you ever seen a Pizza Hut pizza be made? It's crazy. It just comes in a flat frozen disc. You
Yeah.
just
You
put
just-
them all. It's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, you just proof it, put the little ring around it, and put the
wild
sauce in there.
Yeah. I have
Food
not
is
perfected,
important.
so I'm
That's
excited to try
like you
yours.
said, keep the adults.
Yeah.
Food would keep me.
Yeah, totally.
Food and drinks.
Yeah.
But okay, so you said you're gonna have the track. You're gonna have arcade games too, and the laser tag. Okay, so you're gonna have even arcade stuff.
Yeah, so we're bringing in a big dealer for the arcades out of Texas.
Okay.
So that's kind of the company we're working with down there.
Like shooting games or just like all the typical
sorts of
games
stuff.
that you
Yep,
see.
yep. So
Okay.
we'll have a 67-piece arcade. That's
Oh my
coming in.
goodness.
There'll be 104 player stations that
Okay.
you can play at. So
104.
so when you
That's
go
a
up to
lot.
an arcade game. So like you ever go to those like coin pusher games where you put your coins in and they start shooting the coins and stuff out. So that's one arcade game on its
Okay.
own, but it will have like 4 different spots around it, right?
Gotcha.
Where
So
it like
player
falls down
stations.
and then the coins fall down.
Right.
the- Okay.
Right.
I like those.
Right. And so
You're not waiting
So
in
we'll
line
have
for a
this-
game forever.
right,
Is it going
because
to
you
be
can play at
actual
different areas.
tickets coming out? That's my next question.
They'll be digital.
It's going to be digital.
Yep.
Okay.
So we'll have a card. It'll be a digital card. You can put it in your wallet.
It makes more sense economically, but it's
Right.
not as fun as tickets.
Yeah.
Not as fun. I mean, you will see like the tickets going onto your card, like on
Totally.
the screen, but I don't know.
No, we
Tickets
went somewhere
are a
the
lot.
other day and I was like, wait, tickets are over. I didn't realize that that's a
not
thing in the
many
past.
places do.
It makes
really,
sense.
It's
It
really
makes sense,
costly.
but- Oh, yeah.
Because once the tickets come out, they can't be rebundled.
one-time use.
Right, it's a one-time
Yeah.
use. And so it gets really expensive
so
for the owner.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
It also increases the maintenance of our machines too.
Literal updating.
Because now you've got an extra mechanical piece inside the machine that you have to update and keep working properly.
Sure.
And so there was just the tickets were fun.
It just makes so much more sense.
Right, but it wasn't as economical
Yeah.
to be able to do.
Well, that'll be really cool.
And even for the customer, there's the big prizes, and the people that are regulars are going to want to save up and try to get the bigger prizes.
That's a good point.
And nobody wants to hang on to a bunch of tickets.
No, that is not
Like,
realistic.
like it's fun to have them
got
shoot
my-
out the machine, but after that you're like, all right, now what do I do with these things?
Literally, though.
So
Start folding
it's
them.
just yeah.
Especially for some of these ticket items, are like
Someone steals
10,000. You know,
Right.
10,000 tickets. You want to hold on to 10,000 of them? I don't know.
Yeah.
Sarah does, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought I saw some
No.
tickets in the back of a truck out here when I was walking in.
I honestly, if this was a year ago, I actually did have a bundle of raffle tickets in my bag because of our last Halloween contest.
No, we
I
do. I
bought
think they're
raffle
back there.
tickets.
Yeah.
And it's not feasible. Like it's so much money.
There's so much that goes into it. Yeah.
That would be ridiculous having
God,
67 machines, and that's a
Well,
whole
and then the
cost right
counting
there.
part, or they do it by weight. They did it by weight.
It
Like when they
depended
were
on
doing
where
it.
you were at. Some of them you like fed it into the machine to count, or
That's
they
true.
weighed it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So we were only going to be able to bring in about 35 arcade games that we could purchase. And we didn't feel like that was going to be enough. It wasn't going to fill the space.
Okay.
And so we learned that there's these companies that will actually come in and they will run all of the arcades for you, more or less. And so
Just hold it in your space, essentially.
So
Okay.
they'll bring everything in, they'll fill it up to the hilt, and you kind of have this program with them that you can kind of work together, and because there's a lot of things that happen with an arcade. You don't know.
I bet.
Like there's whether or not it's doing well or not, what's breaking on it. Like there's a bunch of things that we don't know we need to check. There's static electricity you have to worry about, which I didn't know was a thing.
It's a whole job.
Yeah.
Like that's
And
even just
so-
maintaining
Interesting.
one. I'm like, I don't know how to fix that.
Yeah, it's true. And like
I don't know.
67 of them.
And so we were like, well, let's let a professional come in. They already know all the quirks. They already know all the ins and outs. We already have enough going on. Let's allow them to kind of run that. And it's a short contract. It's like 3 years with a couple of extensions on it. But they're going to take care of that. We're going to work hand in hand with them. And then after the 3 years, we'll have the option that we can
Just purchase.
purchase it.
Does that
Okay.
come with someone to just maintain it, continue doing all that stuff? And cool.
Cool.
That's awesome because that's like way less scary way to get your foot in the door with it.
For sure.
That's true. Because this is a lot of things for you guys to like
Yeah,
know how to do.
Seriously.
Yeah, there's
Like
a
once
lot
we're actually
going
like
on.
breaking that down.
So with something like this, it's pretty unique. How did you go about figuring out what contractors to use and things like that?
A lot of trial and error, and then also a lot of recommendations. We've had plenty of time over the last several years to, like we started with one company and we did a lot of work with them, and then over time things changed or
Sure.
our situation changed.
You learn a little
and
bit
so
more.
this person that works with a lot of different FACs, they're like, all right, well, if this isn't going to work, then try these guys, or they're like, oh, well, we can't meet your needs, and try these guys. And so a lot of it is networking and kind of talking to other FEC places and seeing what works for them, and kind of building off of other people's experience.
Yeah. Because you've gotten a big network of other entertainment family fun centers.
Yeah,
Like, you
we
guys
actually
talk
have
to-
people around the globe right now.
Yeah.
At this point. So it all started when we went to our first IAPA. So that's the big worldwide convention down in Orlando.
Have you only been once, or have you gone multiple times
We've gone
now?
twice. Yep, so we've gone twice.
Had to go back for the waffles more.
I'd go back just for the waffles.
First booth you visited, I bet.
Where's the waffles?
You're joking, but that really was the first place I visited.
D4 on the map. We're going.
And so it did increase our networking, being able to go and rub shoulders with big names in the industry.
Yeah.
And so by, connecting with one person, he all of a sudden connects you with three.
Yeah.
And now you're connected to these and they connect you with three more. And all of a sudden it becomes kind of this spider web effect.
It's really cool.
Because this last time you went, you were actually at a point of like making decisions and moving
Right.
forward versus the first time more analyzing.
We're analyzing and gaining data.
So it's a much more exciting moment to be like having
This
that
is it.
conversation with action.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it was a lot of local contacts we made as well. Our commercial realtor actually got us in touch with a couple of different commercial contractors, and so one of them was too busy in the end, so we got tied in with the second one. And it's a good thing we had these connections, because if we didn't, I don't think we'd be where we are right now. Like the loan wouldn't have gotten finalized. Like we wouldn't have the contractor. We wouldn't have the space. We wouldn't even have the space, because we thought we burned that bridge with him a couple of years ago, because we were going to go into the
For the
old
big lot
Convergys.
space?
We were going to go into the old Convergys building.
Yeah.
And we ended up backing out last minute.
Thank God, because that would have put you in Old Town.
Yeah. This spot's
Right.
way better.
Yeah.
way better.
And so we thought we burned that bridge with him, and then come to find out, it was October of last year. He reached out to us and was like, "Hey, I don't know if you've heard, Big Lots is going out of business. They're going bankrupt. This space is going to become available. Do you want to look at it?" And so we out of the blue. Well, I don't want to say it's out of the blue. I want to say that it was,
Divine intervention.
divine intervention. But he came to us and this was at the time when we were about ready to fail. Like it was about to not happen.
Yeah.
Something needed to happen.
Something needed to happen.
Yeah.
And he was like, come check this space out. And it just opened up a whole other door for us. And so he introduced us with our local architect, with our general contractor, with all the people that we have locally that are working for us now to make the dream become a reality. So it's been super cool.
That's really cool.
And I do want to say that like we've had plenty of time to plan and kind of refine our business plan and the project. And we've actually met several people that we're working with kind of through just like, oh, hey, let's work with this. And then they get in there and they see how over prepared we are and how good of a project this is. And they kind of volunteer to help back us with labor or money or whatever it is. So
they see the vision and they want in on it too.
They see the vision and they want in. Yep, exactly.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
That's a huge sign to like feel that. I feel like that's just a sign from the universe at times like that when you're that deep in it, and like that's cool.
Yep. So shout out to all of our volunteers. Like we couldn't do it without them.
So
They've been-
people are
so many-
volunteering,
so many
coming in
help us.
and like
Yep.
helping
Yep.
you.
They've been instrumental
That's
in
really
everything
cool.
that we've done, from our parades and our marketing to even coming in and helping us with labor.
Yeah.
Helping us come in and just take stuff off of the ground from demo and go put it in a dumpster.
The little things help.
They've been out working all day.
Yeah.
Like they're tired. They worked their 8 to 5, and then they go throw on some clothes and
It's
Help
cool
us
because
come out,
what
help us
you're
grind.
what you're bringing will build the community. It's like it's bigger than just one person or
True.
It's definitely something that like if you can pull it off in the way that you're talking about, it will put Pocatello on the map.
Right.
Yeah.
More. It's definitely doesn't have anything like that. And even in Idaho, in
Idaho.
a lot of places, there's
Yeah.
no indoor always place. Like even Boondocks is half indoors, outdoors. It's
Right.
you only have a few months to make money. So it's like it's smart of you guys to do it that way. Give us something to do year round too.
Well, and all of us always have to travel, right? Whether you're in Idaho Falls, Pocatello, Rexburg, if you want to go and do something worthwhile, you have to go to Boise or Salt Lake.
and like
True.
And on you touching on business retreats, I think is so smart because what else do you do around here for a business retreat? I mean, go axe throwing or like,
An escape
it's
room.
pretty limited.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing that will bring like the relaxation and like true enjoyment that your place can bring.
But then also like group bonding.
Yeah.
That people wanna do.
in an honest way.
Yeah.
Like people want to be there. Yeah.
We've had a lot of corporate gatherings and meetings. So we have some experience
Yeah,
on
good
bad
retreats
ones.
and bad ones. And like the bad ones were always the ones where it just like wasn't in a good place or wasn't set up with the right environment.
Right.
And you, as much as you want to talk and focus on improving, it's like, I don't really want to be here. Like,
Yeah.
if you're not putting that effort into me as a business, like as the owner, like why should I care? So
Right.
Yeah,
I think
I've
Eddie
been
would-
into meetings that they're held in, hotel conference rooms, and the people are so peppy, and you're just like, "Are you done
let's
yet?
go around and share everyone's name and favorite color.
Everybody sign up for Threads, Twitter." I'm like, I don't know.
Blue, by the way.
I'm glad I know that I feel closer to you. Glad we had that moment.
Absolutely.
Well, and even like working with you guys, like I knew
I'd rather just shoot you with a laser tag.
I knew Sarah, from working at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, back in the day.
And just being able to, have contact with you guys and kind of rub shoulders with you guys has helped us out immensely as well.
Great.
Being able to have this voice and have this outlet definitely helps us kind of keep the public engaged in a way that we can't do ourselves. I mean, we utilized you guys for our Voice of Rush contest. We did that podcast with you guys before, a year and a half ago. So it's been super cool to work with you guys as well.
Yeah.
So.
And we've improved a lot since then.
And you guys at that point, it was so much of just general education. Now you actually get to do the fun stuff. And
Right.
once it's
Yeah.
installed, get the fun stuff. Like now you're at the exciting part. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
Not
I'm
like
excited
the
for you.
vision of what's
Right,
about to happen.
we've got more stuff to show than just contracts and meetings.
And your rush.
It'll
rush the
all be
floor.
worth it the
Right.
first time you three are racing together on that track.
Oh my gosh, that'll be such a
That'll
good
be a
moment.
good
Will you
moment.
guys cry?
Probably.
Honestly, I would probably honestly cry if it
I'm
was in
almost
that
crying
moment.
right now. I don't know
Yeah.
what you're talking about. I know, right?
You like smash a
Tearing up
bottle of
little bit.
champagne on one of the
Go-karts,
go-karts.
cars.
You're like, yeah.
Someone can do that.
We're gonna set
We set the lap times by having the go-karts ungoverned while we set the times,
nice.
and then we'll govern them down. And see if
I
people
want
beat
to
us.
hang out before you govern them up. I want to.
Yeah, we actually have a lot of
wanna check
ideas
it
we'll have
out.
to chat about after this.
Okay.
But so, closing question. What would be like some advice maybe for yourself? Like what could you have told yourself a year ago?
Oh, that's a good question.
Be
Yeah.
patient.
That's exactly that's like the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah.
Just be patient and trust in your gut, I guess, because without how do I want to say it?
I feel like there's been lots of times that we could have, and I think a lot of people may say that we should have given up before we gotten too deep
All the
or too far.
naysayers.
And pushing through that and still believing, because there were times where it just 99% were like, oh, this isn't going to work. Just nothing's falling in the right place. But we kept going and things have worked out, not just because, it's been a lot of
'Cause you've
work.
been working your asses
a
off.
lot of work.
Yeah.
That's
And
gone
never
towards it,
the
and
way
it's
that you thought
happening.
it would happen either.
Right,
It's
right,
like you have this vision of how it's going to go, and that's not how it goes at all.
Never.
I mean, you guys probably know this as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Like you think it's going to go one way and it doesn't, but then somehow, some way on the back end, it swoops around and
Seriously.
and you find yourself, in the right
Like
place
even
again.
better.
Like
You're like,
someone
wow.
was looking out, whatever
Right,
it is,
right.
something was
Yeah.
looking out.
Well,
in
I
that
think it's
moment.
also important to make sure that you've got a really good foundation built around you. So if it was just myself trying to do it, I think through everything that happened, I don't think we would be where we're at.
Yeah.
So building that foundation and having our team with the way that we have it, where we can lean on each other during those rough times.
Yeah.
And your whole entire house is built on that foundation, right? So if you don't have that foundation in place, then trying to build a house on top of it, it's going to fail.
Yeah.
And so by having good people around you and having that foundation underneath you was very, very uplifting, because we're not going to lie, there was some rough times.
I bet.
There was some times where we were up all night,
Yeah.
trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
But being able to have somebody there to support
Like
you
losing
and help
sleep
you.
over
Oh,
this. Like,
so
yeah, I
much
get
out
it.
of,
Yeah.
so much out
Yeah.
of your control.
Yeah.
Too.
And like the
Right.
mental toll it takes on you just to make something happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you can share that with somebody else, that makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
And they're feeling the same way.
Absolutely.
And
Now,
totally
now you're supporting one another instead of feeling
alone.
alone. Yep. For sure.
That's
Right,
really
'cause,
important.
Yeah, when one of us is, down in the dumps, and another one will lift you back up, and vice versa. And so going through the trials and errors and all the things that could go wrong and do go wrong, and having that good support group of people around you to keep, buoying you up and strengthening you is key.
Yeah.
Well, and things are going to continue to go wrong, right?
They always will.
Any business that you have, there's going to be hiccups and there's
You'll
going to be
learn.
The more
things
you
that
grow,
go
the more
wrong.
problems you're going to have.
Yep, you got it. But we're also growing together as well. So the foundation's becoming stronger and stronger. So when those problems do come up and the winds blow,
And hopefully those problems get easier to handle.
for sure.
They'll seem so much smaller.
Right?
These problems
Yeah.
will just
I
seem so
hope
much.
so.
Hopefully these are the biggest of your problems right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so where can we look you up on social media? Keep an eye out for when you guys have your grand opening.
We've still got our website, extremerushidaho.com.
Okay.
We've got an Instagram page. It is extreme_rush_Idaho. Same thing on Facebook. We are hopefully going to be expanding into more social media, things like TikTok and whatnot, now that we have stuff to actually post.
Yeah.
It's hard to make videos
Some
of
substance.
it's hard to make exciting videos of signing contracts and doing Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
Right.
But now as we ramp up towards opening, we've got stuff to actually document. We've got
Yeah.
stuff to
You have so many fun
post,
things to document.
and it's going to start ramping up very quickly.
Totally.
Yeah, we just built our hologram down in my basement.
You did?
That was fun.
Yeah, that was great. So
And
the
you, like,
holo-
saw
the
it
hologram
and it,
is
like,
built and
went?
ready to go.
Does it,
Well,
can you turn it on?
We got all of the stuff put together. Now
Okay.
we just got to get everything online and running. So
So he'll
we've
actually
got
be
it.
like out. Can he can he reach at people? Can he like?
Dude, that'd be sweet.
It'll look
Right.
like
Door,
it.
he's
We
like,
could send you some stuff. We have some
is the
very
box thing,
alpha,
right?
alpha
Right.
stuff
Okay.
going on right now.
okay.
Where like he's
Yeah.
he's jumping at you and whatnot. So we have some alpha stuff we could probably share with you guys if you wanted to have on there. We can also share some of the
so
the
excited to see
concept
that.
pictures and stuff
Right.
that you guys can kind
Maybe,
of
and
look at.
maybe
yeah.
send them a couple little sneak peeks of kind of the building.
Yeah. The layout
So-
of
so-
everything.
So anybody that's subscribing can actually
Right.
look at it.
When I
can
say,
see it.
follow the socials because we're working on rebranding right now. And so before we opened, we wanted to make sure we had our best, most freshest foot forward. And so we're working on rebranding right now. So we're working on revamping the logo, kind of updating it.
Okay.
We're working on, we're going to modernize the website. So the website's going to get refreshed.
Sure.
And we're also going to work on our social media campaigns. So we'll have stuff planned out.
I love it.
So we're working with a really good team that's going to help us out with all that.
That'll be really cool.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
For
Exciting.
the last couple of years, we started and we didn't necessarily have anywhere to go because things were taking so long.
Yeah.
And so now, like you said, we're going to have the website and socials actually have a little bit of heft to them.
Yeah, that'll
instead
be
of just
really
something
fun.
that we're doing just to do something.
Yeah. Get a little awareness.
It worked for what it needed to.
Yeah, it kept us afloat, but moving forward, and since we're getting so close, it's going to get
Yeah, it's time to like
total
start
makeover.
building up right now.
Yeah, some of the stuff's going to get
Yeah.
a makeover because up until now, I've been doing a lot of the design stuff, and I'm not a designer. I don't know what I'm doing. But
you've done good, Sheldon.
Right.
we're and it's just going to be really ramping up.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, so keep an eye out for updates. Hopefully November.
Yeah,
we'll be able to get our
looking to
stuff
start
in
hiring
there.
in October, open in November.
Oh, that'll be fun for those people you're hiring too.
Yeah,
That's
seriously,
exciting.
We've gotten a lot of people wanting.
Yeah.
Already inquiring?
A lot, yeah, oh yeah.
And you're in
Cool.
a college town, so it's
Seriously though.
tons of applicants. Great.
Yeah. Okay.
be
Well,
good.
thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Thank you
having
for
us.
And the
Yes.
update. This is a great update.
Yes,
great.
it is.
We're
Yeah,
excited.
I'm stoked. Can't wait to see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Let's do it again after we're open.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? We
Yes.
can
Let's do
celebrate
another
together.
one. That would be so fun. Okay.
We'll do it in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do
Oh,
it in
that'd be
there.
super
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Bring up
That
your
would be
stuff.
super
We'll,
cool.
Let's do it.
We'll go mobile.
Yeah, we'll do it while we're racing. We'll all just mic up and talk. That'll be great.
We'll be next to each other.
It'll be fun. We have fun
Push him into the
ideas.
barrier.
Work is hard, but somebody's got to do it.
Okay.
All right,
Well,
thanks,
thanks
guys.
everyone.
Yep,
Bye.
thank
Thank you.